You're listening to The World According to George. This uninspired, puffy Midwestern man is looking for something more as he moves through life in his 30s.
Welcome to The World According to George. I'm your host, George Thomas, and my guest host today is someone who was held back in the second grade, Beatrice Thomas.
Hello.
And this episode of WAG is being broadcast from downtown Chicago in Streeterville, our home studio. Welcome back again, B. I am working on other guest hosts, but they aren't in the schedule yet. They will be soon, so you'll be off the hook.
No.
What?
I kind of like it.
Well, I'm sure you'll fill in where needed. I do want to get another mic so we could have, if I ever have Haley on, which I asked her again this time. Of course, she's not available. She has some boy toy in town. I could have another microphone, and then you both could be on the show. Yeah,
that'd be funny. That'd be a good time.
So, all right, St. Patrick's Day recap. The weekend in Chicago that celebrates St. Patrick's Day is this past weekend, March 10th, 11th, and 12th. We know Casey, my girlfriend, was the St. Patrick's Day parade queen. She had probably 10 events last week. They do the parade, they dye the river green, and she was all over town. I went to an event with her on Monday last week, and then we had a gala dinner Friday night. I sat across from Senator Dick Durbin, one of our two senators from Illinois, which is a big deal. I marched in alongside the Queen, and they said my name at the dinner. They said Casey Doherty and her guest, George Thomas. So I was named. When we got down to the party level where all the drinks are at the Hilton in South Michigan Avenue, everyone wanted a picture with the Queen when they saw her.
Really?
So it is kind of like, it is feeling like you're a little bit famous. Casey told me the day of the gala that I was going, and that must have just been an oversight, which is okay.
Why was that? Were you the second
I think
choice?
that a lot of times they don't know because they have dignitaries. They have senators, and they have the mayor or the governor, and maybe someone couldn't go, and then I could be at the head table with her. I wasn't going to go if I was just at a random table and not next to her. But then I got to be next to her, and that's rare with these events because it's really a single girl thing to be queen. You can't be married.
Yeah.
Never married. And then, if you're Irish, it's about your family. So her family's pretty involved in different events. But that one, it probably was just an oversight. They were too busy, and it was fine. So then I had to go get a suit because I was black tie optional. I had to have my pants let out that day. My suit pants don't fit anymore. So shout out to Akram Hanna in 900 North Michigan shops. He did them in 4 hours.
Did you rent a suit or did you?
No, I had one of my suit supply suit that I probably purchased in 2018.
Okay.
So I should have adjusted them a long time ago. Normal, it's not just my weight gain since 2021, but it was just time to adjust that suit. Actually, a really nice suit. And then they took out the back of it, and because when I was trying it on again, the zipper is starting to break, and it just looks horrible. So they were able to fix my pants for that night.
Wow.
So
day of. Wow.
Akram Hanna.
That's actually
cool guy.
That's really nice.
From Iraq originally. He thought I was Greek. He said, "You Greek?" We get that a lot. And I said, "No, Lebanese." And nice, really nice guy. He was doing a wedding dress at the end of the day when I picked out my pants. So he's doing good stuff. So Saturday, I went to Mass at Old St. Pat's in the Loop. Casey was on the altar with all the priests, and that's a tradition as well. It's 8:30 a.m. The governor and the mayor were there. I feel like I know the mayor here in Chicago because we've had so much contact with her through Casey's involvement, but I don't know her. So when she walked by me outside the church, she was within 2 feet of me. I said, "Hi, Lori," and she gave me kind of a half smile, like, "Who is this guy?" Because I should have said, I don't know, "Hi, Mayor," or "Hi, Mrs. Lightfoot," because I not on a first name basis with her. So that I made kind of a mistake there. But she doesn't know I'm Casey's boyfriend, doesn't know who I am. So then from the church, we went directly onto the primary dye boat with the Shannon Rovers. That's the bagpipers. The mayor came with us with all her security, and we were there, with the flags and the Shannon Rovers, which is really cool. And then they were, the Queen's on there with her court. And they dropped us back off near my building at Columbus Avenue. And it was a lot of fun. It was kind of cold still, but came back up here, changed my shoes, grabbed Dad, and then we went and watched the parade, which was a lot of fun. That might have been my first time at the parade. We saw Case in the horse-drawn carriage. One of Dad's companies sponsored the parade, so we were able to see that. And then from there, whirlwind of a day, we went to the IU Penn State game at United Center, went to Goose Island, saw our cousin Aaron. I brought my friend Nick and just had a crazy. Then later on that day, I saw some of my friends, and then finally went up with Case back at Kitty O'Shea's, which is inside the Hilton, to wrap up St. Patrick's Day celebration. So I was all over town. I was tired, but I took a few breaks here. Came back home, take some breaks.
Yeah, you didn't see me.
No. Well, you had a big party.
Yeah, you were invited. No show.
But my girlfriend's the queen, so I'm a little busy.
Could have brought her.
No, she wouldn't have come. She was busy from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. Literally. I mean, she had
brought the bagpipers and did the whole thing through the...
Okay. What do you think you are?
I don't know.
I could have brought her maybe late, but how was the party?
It was good. It was fun. It was early. I had to wake up at like 9:30 and get everything set up, and then had the party until like 2 p.m. and then went to some bars and went home. It was a good day. St. Patty's Day always ends up being a good day. What?
Tell us some juice about the party. What went on?
The juice about
the party. Just anything happened at the party that's interesting?
Let's see. Oh my gosh. Yes. No, this wasn't at my party, but I went to a friend's party later, and these two girls were being really mean to me, and it like threw my friend Kate and I off, and we were like, who the hell, what is going on? They were both engaged, and I don't know, they thought I was staring at them or like giving them a look, and they wouldn't let it go, and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
You're always involved with somebody.
It was weird. It was really, really weird. They kind of did the same thing to Kate, so then at that point it'd been like, I don't know, a long day. It was late, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just go home. So that was my day.
And then your other roommate had friends in town, Haley?
Yes. Haley had 2 friends in town, so that made the weekend a little more wild. But it was good. I mean, friends were nice. It was a good weekend.
Okay. I'll stop asking you because you have nothing to tell us.
Okay.
All right. I was in, if something comes up in that empty brain of yours, let us know. I was in Vegas for work back at the Bellagio. I was there in December for the IU game, so I was back there a little early here at the beginning of March. And I went from Wednesday night to Sunday night. Vegas was good to me until it wasn't. I flew American outbound. The guy next to me was obviously in finance and a douche because he didn't even order dinner, which I think is weird on a 4-hour flight. I did.
Well, you think that's weird? I feel like I wouldn't order dinner on a 4-hour flight. Dinner?
Yes, dinner. B. Food sitting in front. You're stuck on that plane. You're not eating. That's
well,
I get worried. I don't have enough food. So
I know you have food
eat
anxiety.
before or after. No, before.
You have food anxiety.
Whatever. So I had some sort of beef with polenta. There's always beef on there. I would have rather
had. Do you know where that beef's coming from? They're probably gluing it together.
Quiet down. I would have rather had mashed potatoes. I don't really like polenta. And then we had a side salad and 2 big Cajun shrimp and this weird orange sauce.
That is so
but I didn't really eat the shrimp.
Weird.
I didn't pick that.
All
it just came with it.
Antibiotic, like steroided up meat.
Probably not. I mean, you're probably right.
That's disgusting.
Overall, not a great meal. Not one of my favorites recently. And you might not know, I've started taking fiber. I'm trying to take 5 grams of or milligrams of fiber a day. I don't do it all the time because it creates there's such a reaction in my body. That day I did take 5. And I was so like gaseous on the plane. Like I don't know. It's not even farts. It's just so much activity in your bowels. Like your bowels are singing. Like
Airy?
It's coming up through your mouth and it's going down the other direction. It's like, but I'm not smelling anything, and they're not. Mostly, it's not like a fart. It's just like like it's like never ending like activity. And
yeah, you were texting me a play-by-play.
Yeah, that was bad. I had to go to the bathroom one time, which I always feel bad about because I always sit on the window. But I haven't changed my strategy yet. I still like to sit next to the. I'd like to have the whole row. The two.
Okay.
There's only two people in my row, so I could have just. But I don't need that.
Okay. Getting up one time during the flight's not bad.
No. Let's see. Vegas airport is a dump, and the people in there you don't want to be around for very long. I said it. I ordered room service the night I arrived, and I got chicken noodle soup and a grilled cheese and fries and some crackers and iced tea. It was good, and I learned at MGM Properties, because Bellagio's an MGM property, if you order over $100 of room service, you get flatware and real plates. Now, I didn't order over $100, so I only got to-go containers, but it was still good, still nice. And then as I waited, I ate some cashews prior to having my meal. I just worked out, so I'm kind of hyper and I'm tired. So
I'm so tired. So if I'm dull
because Haley
this
kept
episode,
you up all night.
Yes,
with her boy
it's
toy.
okay. If I'm dull this episode, I apologize to the people. Please don't judge me. I got 2 hours of sleep last night because my roommate was up until 4:30 in the morning, and it pissed me off. And
Not being very considerate.
Still a little feisty about it.
You haven't responded to her text.
So yeah, if I'm out of it or spacey, I apologize.
You're spacey every show.
Shut up. I'm gonna try and keep it tight. Keep it.
You're not really even here. Just let me run this.
Okay.
The Bellagio had clean, smoke-free hallways, and the rooms are up to date. They're obviously renovated in the past couple of years. No loud music at night.
That's nice.
It's weird. Vegas is always cold when I'm there, but they keep all the Vegas pools open, and they look like you can go in them, but you can't. They just keep it maintained, I guess.
I mean, you're talking about the temperature outside.
Yeah, it's too. You can't go in the pools. You can go in the hot tub maybe, but I never seem to go. I've never been in.
Should I go with you on the next trip?
No.
What if I brought some girls?
I mean, I'm going for a specific reason with my old coworkers in celebration, and our girlfriends and wives aren't going.
No, that's
you
weird.
could go at the same time, but
no, never mind. That was a bad idea.
Okay, yeah, it's more like I have another friend who lives in Carmel that I feel like would go, but I feel like it's
Where
very
are your single.
It's very specific. I don't have single friends, or I have two, but no, I don't. But he's very specific, so I feel like I'm not going to invite. It's just about this company that I was with, and it's about connecting, and it's a
nice.
celebratory trip. Oh man, God, I've got those workouts make me so tired. I am still working out, folks. By the way, no, my weight hasn't changed.
Not at all.
No, the other day I didn't eat I ate a lot less than normal for 36 hours, and I lost 4 pounds in that. It's all about eating. It's all about
you stuff yourself.
No, I don't stuff myself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At night, I sometimes I have it's Chinese food, or it's pizza or burgers, and it's too late at night, and then I go to bed, and I'm a fat fuck in the morning. But if you don't eat, you will lose weight.
Yeah, it's just like.
And the trainer always brings that up. He always brings up nutrition to me.
Yeah. I don't think...
Thank you so much to my trainer, because, as I said maybe 2 episodes ago, they were trying to screw me out of those sessions, but he has committed to finishing all of our sessions together, not even working with the company much anymore. We're going to burn off these sessions, and I'm going to keep using him because he's been really, really great. Tariq.
Do you feel any different from when you started your workouts to now? Like, do you feel like you're getting
My arms are definitely getting bigger.
Let me see. Oh yeah,
they feel stronger.
Feel strong, like muscle.
Yeah, you got to lift weights, I guess, to stay young.
But do you feel like when you're working out, are you like, okay, I'm feeling?
I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at working out because I've done 19 sessions now.
That's a lot. Since the new year?
Not since the new year,
but
most of them since the new year.
Okay, I feel like you've been getting in more of a cadence the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I have, and we need to burn these sessions off so I can just move on, and that's what we're trying to do. Dad, of course, every show is Dad's
Every
involved.
show Dad has been
I
somewhere
see Dad
with
a lot.
You really do.
Too much.
Yep, Mom thinks so.
She has her own. That's a very biased opinion. Dad and Uncle Scott and some of our cousins met me in Vegas. They got there Thursday night. We had dinner at Sinatra inside Encore, which is part of the Wynn property. Great restaurant. They stayed at. I was at the Bellagio till Friday. They checked in at the Wynn. I moved over to the Wynn on Friday. It took me half an hour to check into the Wynn. And then someone yelled something offensive in the line. Not a good first impression that night. At Sinatra, had pasta with red sauce. Restaurant's a great setting. I mentioned that. Uncle Scott was very excited about the amazing wine list. You could order like a $12,000 bottle of wine if you wanted to. We didn't, of course, but their wine list was vast. And we had like a sommelier and all that stuff. So it was but those guys were exhausted and went to bed. Not a lot of drinking. Dad doesn't really drink lately. He's just having Pellegrino. Yeah. Friday night rolls around. We have dinner at SW Steakhouse at the Wynn. It's another winner, right, B? At the Wynn. It's a winner. And then we see the show Awakening, which is a Wynn show, not a Cirque du Soleil show. It also broke. The stage broke or something momentarily. And that was enough of a reason, literally down for 2 or 3 minutes, for Dad to leave. The rest of us stayed. He later, on our way back departure on Sunday, told our driver that he gave, they asked how the Awakening was, and he gave it a 3 out of 10. So, thanks. Yeah, he can't, unpleasable.
Wait, what kind of show is it?
It's Cirque du Soleil adjacent. There's a stage, there's all these lights, there's pyrotechnics, all that stuff, but it's not Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
So it's like, but it did.
He's incredibly hard to please.
Incredibly.
Yeah. Incredibly. Stressful. I don't even try anymore with like taking him. Nope.
He
just
also
go to dinner and that's it.
Immediately complained that we weren't in Wynn Tower Suites because they had a separate entrance, separate concierge, separate elevators, which are a lot less busy. Because these hotels have like 5,000 rooms. Like these are the biggest hotels in the world, pretty much. And there's that many people. And he just kept telling me, "Way to go!" As a joke. Yeah. Because he found the bar area where anyone could go, the Wynn Tower Suites. I don't know. I asked him. I said, "Do you want us to be in suites together, or do you want us to all have our own room?" He said, "Everyone can have their own room, or at least him and Scott." And then I shared with Mark, and my cousins shared. But every time we get to a place, then he's like, "Oh, I wanted that." So yeah.
It's funny because
we're not going to be going to standard rooms if he's around.
It's really interesting because Dad is not someone who's like
not that guy
high maintenance, but
he is high maintenance.
But he is,
and
but he's not. But he is.
He's not someone that's like, I need to stay here and I need to stay.
I need to have this.
Yeah, he's not that. But then he wants the best. He expects the best. If he sees better,
not,
yeah. Because so basically, the Wynn Tower Suites. Same building, okay, but just it's so big, so you got a whole separate area, and then you cut back on all the elevator time, and the rooms I think are a little bit bigger. I don't know.
Interesting.
We're gonna go try to do, if I'm involved or we do it. We're going to try to do it. Sorry,
what is wrong?
I have the hiccups. We're going to try to do it every year, and then we'll do the Tower Suites and get Uncle Joe to go because he was the missing link. We needed him. Yeah. Because he's really into gambling. Or he's just a fun guy. Not really into gambling, but he's just Scott doesn't even know how to gamble. Just like me and only Dad and then Mark a little bit. And then the rest of us were like, dude, we don't know anything. Okay. Yes. Me and my friend, who I already mentioned, Mark, a great addition to the trip. And our cousins kept hanging out after Friday night. We had a few drinks. Weed, just like it's legal in Chicago, it's legal out there. The dispensary we went to literally looks like a Costco. It is enormous, has anything you ever want. If you're into weed, I'm not really into it, but they wanted to go check it out. I had one big hit on a blunt. And then we walk over. We had a couple more drinks. I walked over to Resort World because I wanted to see the building because it's new. It's like the newest casino on the Strip. It's massive. Ugh, I wouldn't stay there. It's whatever. We see Neil Patrick Harris at the slots.
No way.
Yeah. And
he's such an interesting fellow.
Yeah. He talked about your old company or your company. Yeah. And my friend and my older cousin freak out. They're fangirling. They want a picture so bad. They're asking me and my younger cousin if we can go ask to get a pic with them.
Who was freaking out?
Mark
older...
and
Stop.
and my older cousin, who I haven't asked if I can
random.
say his first name, so I won't say it. But you know who it is.
Yeah.
Scott's oldest son. Anyway, so finally my older cousin goes up and asks him if he can take a pic. Gets denied. He says, "No, I'm not right now, man." And never got anything. And then I think we saw his husband walking around. I'm sure this guy, Neil Patrick Harris, he does like commercials for any company.
Yep.
So I think he's probably was there working for Resorts World. By the way, skinniest person. He's definitely on that diabetic weight loss drug that's taken the country by storm, the celebrities especially. He was beyond skinny. Fucking, he's taking that shit. Something. Yeah. He's taking something.
Ozempic.
Yeah. How do you know about that?
Haley.
Okay. Is she taking it?
No.
That's messed up if she is. And I don't agree with anyone.
No, she's not.
And I'm not supporting this, by the way. This is.
She just identified. She was like, these celebrities are definitely taking this.
Yeah. We've heard it on the other show too.
I saw Lady Gaga at the Oscars. So skinny, like freakishly skinny.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is really weird.
But I'll be getting on it soon. No, it's not good because it's taken away from people that actually have diabetes and actually need it.
Yeah.
And that they shouldn't be prescribing. It's overprescribed, just like they overprescribe, Adderall and all these other drugs. There's too many prescription drugs floating around this country. So he was on something. So then, go to bed Friday night. And apparently I drank too much or I'm dehydrated because I wake up at 2:30 a.m. and I heave. Wake up my roommate, Mark. I feel better, kind of gurgles. Tried to order room service before I went to bed. They never answered. Another strike against the wind. Wake up at 5 a.m. I heaved again. Can't move when I wake up. So later I say, let's go to In-N-Out Burger with the group.
What?
Yeah, because I wanted to do something. It was like 2
So you threw up twice. And then your idea was, let's go to In-N-Out.
Well, 7 hours later. Eat a little bit, but don't really taste anything. Doesn't really do anything for me. Mark puts a bet for me on Duke versus North Carolina game. I win $160.
Nice.
Sitting in bed the whole day to feel better. I'm trying, because I feel sick. Like I'm in that sick mode I get into. Trying to get into the spa to get a facial or just go to the spa, pay for the spa day pass. I'm on the wait list. They say, well, you're the first person on the wait list. I'm sure you'll get in. Never get a call. I just wanted to use the steam room and the hot tub. Never happens because Vegas is always so fucking busy. We have dinner reservations at 6. I miss those. Apparently, it's another amazing meal at the Wynn. I go to the show we had a scheduled for, which was at Absinthe at Caesar's Palace. I sit there for like an hour. I leave without telling anyone, go right back to the room, lay down, give the Irish goodbye. Then at night, I'm in, 29th floor of the Wynn. I hear club music all night. Interrupts my sleep.
Yikes.
Also, all day Saturday, I feel like shit. Mark sticks with me, basically. Doesn't go to dinner. Hangs out with me.
Aww.
I'm basically naked in our room the whole time. That's how you know I'm sick, because that's what I was when I had sepsis. I've got my robe on and nothing else. And then I realize at the end of the day, Saturday, I keep changing. And I'm changing in front of like the biggest mirror on the wall. So Mark has just been seeing everything anyway. I have my back to him. And he's just been, I'm like, how many times have you seen me naked? So that's a big fail. And I feel bad because I keep Mark up. And Mark really should have had dinner with Scott and Dad that night. But
that's nice of him.
Dad loved Mark. Mark was a great guy to bring to Vegas. Dad's sensitive about that too.
Yeah.
And Mark was a home run. Mark's,
Dad told me about Mark. He's like, Mark,
a high school friend.
Nice
went to his wedding. His wife's a good friend, and they live in, I think, Mishawaka. But anyway, great guy, a great family himself, and he came last minute. I just said, you just need to come because Sammy bailed.
Yep.
And Sam should not have bailed on that trip. That trip was essentially for him. So we had all these tickets. I can't change things. We had Mark go, but no, Sam. I don't want Sam to get that reputation where he's like being a loner or trying to stick to himself. And it's okay to bail, but you can't bail the day before. The day of I was flying out, the day before Dad was flying out. That's not right.
Yeah.
And Sam doesn't plan ahead. He's not organized. They pushed. No, he had a college project due, but they gave him an extra week. He's going to be gone 2 days. We're having the special flight drop him back off in Indy, and he can't go for 48 hours.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Not good. And he shouldn't be. He should have to, have some accountability because that. And I don't even bullshit excuse. So he needs to be at the next one. Mom and Dad pulled that stuff sometimes when we were kids, and
I know
that's
it rubbed off on Sam.
Yeah, it's not right.
It rubbed off on me, but I don't let it happen. Like I
don't think of you as doing it all the time.
But I still go, and I still make myself because I don't want to do that. Because honestly, that's my biggest pet peeve in life is when someone makes
Dad
plans
does it too,
and then
but
cancels.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's not. You can't cancel the day before.
No, or like.
And I've done this work, and it's not like I've booked the flights for him. It's just a lot of manpower, and it's. I don't know. He really needs to not do that because that really, first of all, it's spoiled. And number two, it's just we're supposed to be together. I was the only one there of Dad's sons, and that Sam should have been there. So he does need to be called out.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, I hope you listen to this fucker. All right, moving on here to my final topic, a newsy topic, I guess, before we get into some hotel reviews and where we're eating and my songs. We've got Carmageddon coming to Chicago again. We're really in deep trouble.
What the hell is Carmageddon?
Carmageddon means we're going to have traffic of epic proportions starting on March 20th.
Why?
Now, I don't know.
Why?
It's so messed up.
Go back to episode 2 or 3 or whatever, and you said this would reduce traffic.
Well, this is a different thing. So we talked about Jane Byrne Interchange. That's done, and they're doing landscaping. Fuck.
Whatever.
They need to paint it because it gets tagged.
Also, when it rained a week ago, like heavy rain, my exit, I couldn't get off because it was flooded. My exit was flooded.
There's 2 special underground pools.
I know. I thought about you.
Suck up the water.
Didn't work.
All right. The Kennedy Expressway work is going to begin this month, March 20th. The project will rehab.
What?
Let me finish the article. And this is from Urbanize Chicago. Thank you. The project will rehab between Ohio Street and Eden's Expressway Junction. With no rest for the weary, IDOT has announced that they will begin a rehabilitation project of the Kennedy Expressway spanning from the Eden's Expressway Junction all the way down to Ohio Street, which is downtown Chicago, with work set to begin March 20th. Major travel delays are anticipated, and IDOT is encouraging people to use the CTA, Metra, and Drive during off-peak times. Projected to cost $150 million, the project will rehabilitate 36 bridge structures along the stretch, replace overhead signage, install new signs and LED lights, patch pavement, and perform structural painting. Additionally, the project will modernize the 52-year-old system that controls the gates to the express lanes and update Hubbard's Cave with new paint and lighting. Carved through the northwest neighborhoods of Chicago, the Kennedy opened back in 1960 with the latest major rehab dating back to 1994. IDOT claims the project will improve safety, traffic flow, and reliability for more than 275,000 drivers who use it every single day. Work is going to be split into 3 years of construction. This year will focus on inbound lanes. The 2 lanes will be closed at a time, which is going to be a nightmare, but the express lanes will be running on the inbound direction to help minimize traffic impact from shifting lane closures in accordance with the work during the summer. Later in the summer, crews will paint and install new LED lighting on the inbound portion of Hubbard's Cave. If crews can stay on schedule, all inbound lanes and ramps would reopen in the fall, with the express lanes also resuming normal operation for the winter time. And then they'll do the reverse express lanes in 2024. And then the third season, which is 2025, will focus on all the outbound lanes. So basically, they finished Jane Byrne. They're 4 or 5 years late. And now to the north of Jane Byrne, all the way up to the 94 split where you head to O'Hare, is going to be all messed up.
Yep.
And if anyone knows Chicago,
you suck for this.
This corridor and the 290 corridor out to the suburbs and the Dan Ryan are some of the busiest highways we have. This one especially. Heading to O'Hare is already, it's only 25 miles total to O'Hare, and it takes in traffic an hour or more. I mean, it couldn't be worse. So messing with it in any way and saying you're not going to take one lane, but you're going to take 2 lanes, it's undrivable, unpassable. You are going to have to start taking the trains, or I'm going to take, if I have to do.
Trains where?
Well, to the airport, to O'Hare.
Shut up.
The
That's
CTA.
so annoying. I'm actually so.
Or I guess, like, I will, if to go to O'Hare if I want to drive. But again, I think 290 is going to be all messed up from all this, because they're going to be thinking what I'm thinking. You'd take 290 west out to 294 north and then go to O'Hare. You wouldn't even take 94 north up to O'Hare. See what I'm saying?
Yes, this sucks.
It's bad. This is going to be really bad.
What?
So I guess they're doing it every summer. They're not going to work in the winter. So maybe the traffic won't. It sounds like everything opens back up in the wintertime. It's messed up summertime, and then every winter they take a break, and then the next summer they do the next phase. So it's 3 phases.
Not happy.
It's also, I think 290 is way past its prime and is really, really antiquated. So that 290, they're not going to do both at the same time. So 290 is at least 3 years out from being improved. Because 290 is way too old. It's bad, man. You go to O'Hare, you're coming back from, I don't know if you go that direction, Schaumburg area, anywhere. I guess northern suburbs, Arlington Heights, Park Ridge.
I'm really annoyed.
Oh.
When did that get announced?
Just got announced. This got announced. This was March 3rd, I guess. This article was written. And, when did they finish Jane Byrne? February?
No.
January?
No. Oh, no, February. I thought it was like June right now. No,
you can see.
February.
See, this is the strip.
Yeah,
we're looking at a graphic. Stage 1, 23 locations. Stage 2, 21 locations. Stage 3, 19 locations.
That really sucks.
It
Jane
needs
Byrne
it.
didn't even do anything. I swear.
It did do it.
No. I go to and from every day on that damn road to work, and it's never. I think about you almost every day because I'm like, this shit did not.
You think
change.
about me every day anyway. Let's be honest. You're always thinking about me.
No,
what's George doing?
I'm
sick of all the tagging. Like, for $806 million, can't we have a 24-hour paint service that paints all the graffiti? Like, and why not paint the entire interchange black, exterior black, or a cream or something? I would do black.
A cream.
And then every time someone sprays, vandalizes it, because it looks terrible. It's the major thing in Chicago, and everyone's driving in, and it looks awful. And you fix it. Tribune Tower. I got to give them credit right here. I live right behind Tribune Tower. They painted that brick wall you see. That's a cream. That used to be just this discolored brick. Painted a cream. It got tagged. Big tag. Big, red, black, whatever. It was painted in 48 hours. You don't know what's even there. Do that. And they're putting all this money in landscaping. Remember our house we grew up in, all the rocks, the big. They're doing boulders like that, like in someone's backyard pool in the interchange.
What?
And I'm like, okay, it's cost almost $1 billion. They should do something nice. Fix the tagging. I implore you. Illinois Department of Transportation, fix the tagging. Paint. Or come up with something that you can't tag. Some chemical. It's bullshit.
I know. We should maybe come up with
terrible.
That. We should.
Even I-55 is packed. We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Just got makeup on your mic.
Okay. Moving on to my hotel. I'm getting a little lightheaded because I worked out and I haven't eaten.
Some water.
I know. I got some tea here. Okay. The win. We're going to I'm not drinking out of your water.
Okay.
Service 85%, food 90%, building setting design 93%, guest to staff ratio 85%, room rating 90% for overall score of 88.6%. Food was good, room service was terrible. Our hallways smelled like smoke. The hallway shouldn't smell like smoke if it's a non-smoking floor. I was kept up by club music. I think the complex is cool. It's going to need a rehab here in the next couple of years, but we probably would have had a better experience at the Tower Suites. I don't know. The golf course was crazy to play on. We didn't play 750 around 9 or 18 holes.
Jeez.
More than Pebble Beach. So, and my check-in experience wasn't very good. So, that might be a high score, 88, but
I feel like you're nice on this scoring.
I'm too nice, probably. But I'm just trying to think of all the hotels I would stay at in history, and I've got to temper my scores. The Bellagio, I'm going to rate it again, and then we're going to see how it compares to my old score. Service, 93%. Food, 90%. Building setting design, 91%. Guest to staff ratio, 92%. Room rating, 94%, from an overall score of 92%. And let's compare that to a previous Bellagio score to get them a lifetime score. Let's see. Their previous score was 86.4, so they went up several points. And if I plug this in, get my average, so they got bumped up to an 89.2 lifetime score, which I don't know if it makes sense. Should I score them every time I stay at them to get lifetime scores, or we're experimenting?
Yeah, I don't know.
The hallways compared to the Wynn did not stink. No one kept me up, and the room service was a lot better. So not a bad experience. Not the nicest hotel ever, but it's still, and it's a great location. It's between the Caesars and the Cosmo. The Hilton on South Michigan Avenue, I stayed there one night. Pretty hotel, historic, ballrooms, and great for that dinner. But I'll give my score here. Service, 82%. Food, 80%. Building setting design, 85%. Guest to staff ratio, 82%. Room rating, 82%. For an overall score of 82.2. I wasn't blown away by it. Definitely, it's a massive property. That's usually a negative. A lot of people in there. It probably could use some TLC, but it was fine. Where have you been? We've been eating this week. I was at Frankie's Deli in Oak Brook. I had a Reuben, very good. That's a staple for me, that restaurant. Went to Mariposa today. I had chicken piccata with some capellini. That's what Elvira recommended. I had some iced tea, chicken tortilla soup, but I didn't eat the soup. It was bad. And some chicken broth, and then didn't order it. Elvira brought me some carrot cake, and she put a cookie for me to go, and she gave me an iced tea to go. And she only charged me for one entree, and I got two because I got one for Casey.
She's so nice.
She's unbelievably nice. And and I burned off the rest of my Neiman Marcus gift card. Didn't know I had one.
Good job.
I'm really bad with gift card management. Did I mention what I had at the Bellagio already? Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Like I said, way better room service-wise than the Wynn. I went to Sadel's at the Bellagio for lunch on Thursday, Sadel's Cafe. I had a Cobb salad with no protein. I had some caviar. I thought, when in Rome, and just took a page out of Peter's book. It did say for a side of caviar was $30 or $32, but of course, I look at my check at the end, it's $75.
Oh my God.
I think maybe 32 was salmon roe, and then I wanted the black, like the regular caviar, not just the fish roe, which is like a pink. I just wanted the regular black. Mm-hmm. They messed it up, though, initially, because they brought me like breakfast toast with my caviar and butter, and caviar is supposed to have toast points, little pancakes, or nice crackers. Then I said, well, I wanted toast points because I ordered caviar, which I never order, but it worked.
You sound like a real bitch right now.
I know. Well, I never order it, and we were, for the 2 days, you're not paying for, you're there for work, so all that's being paid for. So yeah. I just ordered a nicer lunch, and I paid for it. And so then they said, well, we can slice it for you. They just took the breakfast bread and sliced it. I was like,
that's funny.
Okay, yeah. All the conference room at the Bellagio for the work event was terrible, really unedible, and every other meal was there, and so I don't have nothing exciting about any other Bellagio restaurants. I had the buffet alone at the Wynn on Friday. Buffets are always a bad idea because, number one, it's way too much food variety, and I love variety, so I'm eating every different thing, and it doesn't mix, and I never stick to one cuisine. And then, two, the people in there are gross. And then number three,
and they're all eating off the same.
That's right. Oh. Number three, you're always too full, and it's still really expensive. Don't go to buffets. That's my Las Vegas buffet. I'm going in a few weeks, and
you're not going to do it. You're going to hold off.
Nah, I don't like buffets. I just was bored. And every restaurant's like a million, like you've got to wait in line. It's always way too long to get in there. Room service at the Wynn. Didn't we talk about that?
Yep.
The Wynn room service we did, chicken broth was terrible. And crappy crackers for when I was sick. At SW Steakhouse, I had the filet, but I should have had the Wagyu with the marbling. It was way better. Mark got the Wagyu, and he ate all of it. I didn't barely touch mine. And then Lakeside at the Wynn, I guess it was incredible. Didn't go. Too sick. So that's it's a whirlwind trip to 5 day Wednesday to Sunday's too long for Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I must have been dehydrated because
you don't smoke.
No, and then I didn't feel like I drank that much, but
maybe you got drugged.
That's what anyone says when they just get sick because they drank too much. I didn't get drugged. Genius. All right, songs of the week. "Gone in the Morning" by Newton Faulker.
Oh, they're gone in the morning. I wanna know why they're gone.
"No Money" by Galantis. And "Rollin" by Calvin Harris, Future, Khalid and Funk Wav.
I've been rolling on the freeway. I've been riding 85.
And remember to listen to any of these songs that were featured today, or to find any that have been played on WAG. Just search WAG songs on Spotify for the show's playlist. Every time I release an episode, that playlist is updated. And that's it for this episode. Thank you to my guest, once again, Beatrice Thomas. And thanks for listening to The World According to George, available anywhere you find podcasts. Remember to follow WAG Fans on Instagram. That's WAG_fans. And DM me anything that's on your mind. Relationship problems, restaurant picks, or you just want me to visit a new hotel and review it right here on the pod. See you next time, right here. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Subscribe to WAG now and find out what George will sound off about next. New episodes drop every other Thursday anywhere podcasts are available.